Welcome everybody to our live stream here. It's Monday. Mainstream Monday, as Mr. Coffee calls it. Alright. We've adjusted. Set up here, we're good. Okay. Welcome to the live stream. It's Monday. I hate Mondays, but I feel pretty good this one. Repun Sumaher. Astrobate the Quote Master. Let's just take some challenges from these subscribers. Is the board good? We're good. Alright, no Zen mode. How do I do? An old school greeting. I do pretty well at the moment. For a Monday, not bad. I feel good. Interesting, isn't it? Better than most Mondays. And I had a very good simul result last night. Something strange going on, isn't it? I feel decent on a Monday morning, and I had an undefeated simul last night. I'm beginning to think there's something about here. Highly suspicious. My best simul result, although, you know, objectively, there were a lot of drops. You know, 3 or 4 people probably dropped out, which is maybe slightly higher than the average. And maybe it wasn't quite as strong as some simuls, but I played better. I didn't make like any blunders the whole simul, and I was playing pretty alertly and fast. Your second game is black. It's been a good weekend. I mean, it was a good weekend. Well, if I lived in America, it would still be the weekend, which kind of sucks. Holiday weekend there, so they have Monday off. But anyway, it's business as usual here in Hungary. I mean, Ukraine. I have the Ukrainian flag as a sign of solidarity with our neighbor. All right. We've got the Berlin defense. Now, you know what you're supposed to play here, right? Ironian plays bishop e7. There's an offbeat line with that. Is that right? Or has played, among other people. Bishop e7 is a weird sideline. I believe. So my best simul result ever, theoretically, 21 wins and 4 draws. I never had so few draws in an undefeated simul. Usually it's like 7 or 8 draws. That's my fourth ever undefeated 25 board plus simul. But the only one where the draws have been like less than 6 or 7. My best total score, anyway, 23 points out of a possible 25. But again, you know, I don't think it was. Did you play this against me before? Somebody played this against me the other day, I thought. And I did like rook e1. I'm honestly not even sure. I'm going to have to look this up now. I thought theory was rook e1. Well, if it's theory, if you call this theory. Oh, so you were the one who played it? Or you just saw someone else play it? Here's the other game. Where I was white. I didn't castle in that game, so that was not a Berlin. No, not you. Who am I talking to anyway? I think I played c4. felt like black got a reasonable game in the aforementioned affair. Knight d2. Maybe the simple knight d2. Then bishop e4. But knight d2, bishop f5. Okay, I don't know. I'm just playing something different. This needs to be looked up. I think last time I seriously played like c4, but I wasn't confident in it. This doesn't seem right either, but there is. Yeah, I don't know. I just can't figure it out. Like I just don't. I don't know. I mean, you could play like knight g5. Problem is, who cares? Yeah, but the problem with bishop f5 is that you're pinned here, man. You put yourself in a very precarious position. I'm not sure bishop f5 works now. Because you got that other problem over there. Now he goes back, yeah. Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude, whatever. That was a brutal waste of time. You don't need to be Morales here. Am I winning? Oh. So now the question is bishop g5. Ooh, rook d4 is interesting. Bishop g5 further mobilizes. Mobilizado. Queen e2. If rook d4, he has bishop d6. Bishop g5, black has f6. And if queen e2, black has, or queen e1. Queen e1's interesting. Black has king f8. But objectively, black is lost. But you know, lost like in a kind of general sense. Not an easy forced win for white, it appears. Lost in the strategic sense. In the long term. Okay. Maybe this isn't so great. I just have pawn structure. Wow. Walk in the park. How many times can the best IM destroy all their competition without managing their GM norms? Every time. Every damn time. Acerbate. Dude, I mean, I haven't been, like, seriously... I mean, I really stopped playing for GM title around 2007. I mean, honestly, I've played a handful of tournaments, but I've never been prepared for them, taking it seriously. Dude, stop this. Stop this! Attempted defense. Stop this! I don't know. I should have, had the importance been on that, I would have always mate with a smaller piece. Alright, Repun only plays white, so he can be forgiven for losing badly with black. But this needs to be checked. Alright, I've had it with this pseudo variation. I am not playing this right. A takes e4, d4, e takes d4, dubious. Alright, so my next move is correct, apparently. This is the Riga variation. Oh. So there was actually a like New in Chess survey 20 years ago on this. I thought they recommended f5, but that's not right. It's got to be d5. This is the so-called Riga variation. Now I remember trying to play knight g5 against this, but that's definitely a mistake. Or is it? Last time I played c4, which is the second most common move, played by Marchea. It looks like c4 is adventurous, but unclear. Now I tried knight on bd2, which is just a mistake, apparently. So you have to take on d4 or play bishop g5. Interesting. Or c4, that was better. My first try was better. c4 is still better than knight on bd2. Knight on bd2 is just bad. So taking here is the main line. I wonder if I never knew this. I never really did study that article. But I don't know. Why didn't I pay attention to that? Knight takes d4. This doesn't look that bad for black. Is it? Bishop d6. Oh, so you have to like do something crazy here. Wow. Yeah, I never knew this. Bishop takes h2 check. Whoops, wrong bishop. Oh my god. What the bleep? Man, I do not remember this. Huh. Queen d8 check. Solskjaer played a game last year. Master of the Code Crane Gambit. Wow, he drew with this. It's -2. But black has 2 pawns for the exchange. No, it's 2 pawns and a rook for 2 pieces. It's not so easy. I'm wondering about that c4 move after all. Is d4 the only move? You can also play, yeah, it's critical. Now let's look at the c4 again. f5. Man, I swear that article had f5 mentioned. Computer actually likes f5 better than d5. For a moment, at least. It's close. Then it falls back. It was overtaking it there. Only one game impossible. There must be lots of games in this position. They're just older. Queen h4. G3. Queen f6. Then he takes f5 as possible. Holy shit. This is so crazy. Alright, anyway, I didn't want to take up our time with analysis, but I just wanted to check that, because I don't want to just keep playing it blindly, not having any idea of the theory. Salami inserts. Oh man, I was playing poker on Friday, and there is these... Who was it? I don't know, the guys to the right of me and the left of me were... Somebody had really, really stinky feet. I was like, dude, I'm out of here. There was that, yeah, that meat smell. The meaty foot smell. I had to move to the other side of the table. Luckily there was another seat available. I had to make up some excuse about why I was moving, but... Yeah, that's the worst, Asprey. Don't bring that up. Don't bring that up. Well, we play in Hungarian foreign, so it's not a standard stakes. Be like... Low stakes Omaha. So... Man, somebody's feet was bad. You can't be like, oh man, somebody's feet smell. Not the Queen C2 Nimzo again. Alright, we're gonna try something crazy. No. No, let's not say we did. Let's just play correctly here. Ask me, what makes you make up something like that? Oh, knight f3. Right, the boring. So if I play d5, it's basically a Rogozin, where you're playing Queen c2. Now, we've played this before, right? Okay, now it transposes to a c5 line. Yep. Well, we've probably played this before, I forgot. I'll try knight a6 here. Maybe knight a6 is good, since he hasn't the ability to play f3. He hasn't the ability. I mean, I'm not saying you don't have ability. Queen a5? What is bishop f4 anyway? That seems pretty weird, no? Strange. Alright, I'm gonna go for it. Like, nobody plays bishop f4 in that position. Probably. Man, I got wiped out a couple of times with white in the classical Nimzo. You've got to be very, very careful. I lost to Hertan once really bad. I lost to some German guy in Hastings. Yeah. It's easy to fall behind in development and get smashed. The same thing in the f3 Nimzo, you know. Sometimes you never get castled. Once Hertan just absolutely destroyed me. Yesterday, Prague crushed Magnus for the first time. Oh no. Bullet or Blitz? What tournament is that now? I didn't even know there was like a tournament going on. What are we talking about? Queen takes? What am I gotta get my knight off of c5, right? You really don't know it? The air things. Yeah, dude, it's so historically important. Yes, Ripun. The air things masters, it's right up there with like Capelle Legrand or it has a long running historical significance. I don't know it. You're such a kid, honestly. It's another online tournament. Yeah, see, that's not real chess, dude. That doesn't count as chess. Doesn't count, dude. They're all just like looking at they're cheating and looking at the screen behind the screen. Or they have like they have earphones in their ears and someone's piping and the computer moves. There's no way. I mean, if they're in the same place and playing, I'll accept it, but if not, it's not a real chess tournament. Of course. Alright, we're gonna have time Repun out. He's a little excitable today. No, top grandmasters have never cheated. That would never happen. They're inhuman. They would never do something like that. No, automatically when you become a top grandmaster, it's like doctors would never harm anyone. All doctors, there was this one doctor in Florida that was like convicted of like murdering someone the other day. He took the oath of what was it? What's the doctor's oath called again? Doctors would never harm anyone. Top grandmasters would never cheat. There's no way to prevent online cheating. It's really annoying. What am I supposed to do here? Damn. The Hippocratic Oath, thank you. You didn't just add time, did you? I resign if people add time. Although I am a little distracted. The Hypocritical Oath. See, top grandmasters would never, ever, ever cheat. Just like doctors would never harm a patient. Except for the ones that like murdered their loved ones or... Online chess has no future. Only for training purposes. You can't have tournaments. You can get away with it. Like Magnus can get away with these little like private, 8-player tournaments, hand-picked, invited. Maybe people won't cheat if you keep it to a really limited crew that you can trust, but forget about having larger tournaments. Even there I wouldn't trust them. I don't like this. Knight b5 is wrong. I suspect Sumahair. Oh, he did. Sumahair, you can't add time. I resigned one of my simul games last week because of that. Don't add time. There's got to be a time limit. I know my time. I'm not going to like flag. It's an increment, man. I don't have to add time. I can play with 3-second increment. I'm not your grandpa. No adding time. So now what do I do? Damn, dude, you're brutal. Thanks for the subscription from Snapcaps. Man, there's this guy who plays poker with me. And he's really a pretty big donkey. A massive loser. Not a bad person, but he's really kind of stupid. And he keeps like reminding me when it's like my turn to post the blind. I don't like to be rushed, and I just do it in my own time. You know, he's like, "You're the big blind." It's so annoying. It's like, are you the dealer or what? You know, don't need to be reminded to like post my blind every round. Repun is like, you missed a sub. Do the roar. I hate when people rush me. Thank you for the sub though from Snapcaps. Seriously. Man, I know. The atmosphere in the Hungarian Budapest poker clubs is really gross. Of course, it's pretty bad in the U.S. too. It's awful. I hate like live poker atmosphere. They're trying to restart live poker in the U.S. and the East Coast because of COVID restrictions. I read an article yesterday. It was like a chaos. It was a nightmare. People like they didn't have they fired everyone from Borgata Casino, Atlantic City. They had no staff to like run the tournament, or they were incompetent. But anyway, I just hate I hate the atmosphere most places. Chess tournaments aren't quite as disgusting. You feel like you're at a Canadian trucker rally or something. I don't know. I haven't played online poker much in the last 5 years, and it's like I can't get back into it. But I don't have time anyway. Even if I could, even if I felt like it, I just don't have time for it. But yeah, live poker atmosphere. Chess tournaments are pretty bad too, honestly. Nothing like the worst. Yeah, like European Poker Tour. I went and it was like hundreds of people shoved into like a really small like banquet. Not really small, but you know, there's like this massive crowd of people. It's kind of disgusting. It's like Disney World, but worse. Online poker, too much cheating. Welcome to chess. I quit online poker because it was frankly suspect. But I try not to talk about it too much. Came back to chess. But man, the atmosphere in live poker is pretty gross. You know, sometimes you get lucky and you get a kind of funny and interesting group of people. I like playing with my friends. Like, honestly. Well, friends and associates. People that you know at least a little. Okay, which way do we take here? Well, it's true, like, you're not playing chess for money. But chess isn't the same. Poker you can't play unless money is involved. Obviously. If anyone has ever tried to play poker for fun, they know what I'm talking about. But I don't know. I think that it depends. Like, I can play just for blood. Sumair just kind of collapsed here. Alright. Yeah, I don't know what happened to him. Cheating in chess? Oh yeah. You know, I've never actually felt anyone cheated against me over the board though, but I haven't played enough over the board in the last 15 years that it was like likely to happen. Like I played I'm going to take subscribers first. Arsenal fan. Who else is a subscriber? Harshi? Boca do Inferno? Is anyone else a subscriber? Is Boca or Harshi a subscriber? Honestly, if I had played Rousis, like, not in 1999, but in 2015, he would have been, like, using a phone against me. You know? I don't know. Like, it's possible, but I haven't played that many tournaments in the last 15 years. Yeah, wait till the next game. I don't know if Boca do Inferno is a subscriber. You know, possible that someone cheated against me over the board, but I've never really suspected anyone. But if you play enough, it's definitely going to happen. I'm trying to think if I remember any instances where my opponents were like leaving the board a lot. I've heard stories from other people, like Brian Smith, who's an American player, a GM, who played very actively, say, tournaments between like 2005 and 2015. When I talked to him, he had a lot of stories. Yeah, I mean, there are isolated incidences, of course. Famously, the guy from Bulgaria. There was a guy in Bulgaria. There's a lot of isolated instances, but you wonder how prevalent is it, you know, on a regular basis. Brian was talking about some really sketchy guys who like didn't get caught. He didn't know how they were doing it. Yeah, actually, Astolos Tomasz, I was talking to Sabo Gergo, who's a Romanian-Hungarian grandmaster, and we were talking about over-the-board cheating. Even if they don't do it, like, you know, by going to the bathroom, you can have, like, someone in the hotel room, like, watching the game with the computer as it's happening live, and then, like, come down to the playing hall and, like, signal. You know, all you need, like what Sabo Gergo was talking about was, all you need is, like, a signal at a really key moment, you know? Like, you got a winning move, and bang, they're, like, signaling you, you know, or something like that. I mean, that's all you need, like a clue. For a strong player like a grandmaster, all you would need be like a clue. You know? You don't need to, like, see every move from the engine. Just a hint in the right moment is all you need to cheat, you know, successfully. It's really hard to control that. Alright, I don't know if anybody's subscribers. If you're not, please subscribe to the stream. But online chess, forget about it, man. Hand-picked tournaments assembled by Magnus Carlsen. I mean, okay. I still wouldn't trust anybody. But that's beside the point. You know, they're doing these things for promotion. No, I would like to get back to playing over the board more. I was thinking about it. I mean, it's one thing for, like, you know, beginners or average players to cheat, but for grandmasters, it's really dangerous. Here we go again. I had this yesterday, and I messed up and played bishop e7 because I wasn't thinking. Against Morales. I never played the Velimirovich attack with bishop e7. I got stuck playing that. Very accurate move order by white. But imagine grandmasters just need to cheat a little bit to have a big edge. Just a hint here or there. Nah. I don't see a future for online chess. So we've had this position for both colors quite a bit. Record the players as they are playing, not all cheaters in online chess. You can put them on a Zoom cam, but who's to say I don't have another monitor behind the one that I have in front of me? What are you going to do? Have like a 360-degree camera? I can have a second monitor right in my line of vision. And the Zoom cam wouldn't be able to do anything about it. Or I have like earphones with my neighbor giving me moves while he's watching the game or something. I mean, there's so many ways to cheat, it's like ridiculous. It's a fantasy to believe that there's any way, like some kind of... That's how I got my exams. It's a fantasy to believe there's any way to stop online cheating. You have 2 monitors. How's anybody going to prevent that? Like a 360-degree webcam or something? Alright, Queen E2. They gave us cybernetic implants, yeah. Monitored by Elon Musk. They can test them on monkeys first. I had a game like this once. Very similar. Cybernetic monkeys. Chess monkey. I've never played this player before, but it doesn't look good. How much do cybernetic monkeys get paid? In bananas. What is the deal here? That bishop's got to go. I can't say I really like my situation. Knight takes or pawn takes? I guess knight takes is more rational. I'm not sure though. I mean, pawn takes is interesting. There's also check. You keep the check in reserve. I don't understand Asalash Tamash, honestly. There are like tons of Hungarian GMs. They just like, they work like animals as kids or teenagers, become GM, and then they just like stop playing. It's kind of sad. Like, what's the point? The worst is like the Vietnamese grandmasters. There's like one, Cao Shang. He like became a GM and then he started like working in the Chinese market. What was the point of that, you know? To become a grandmaster so you go to work in like the vegetable market or something? I don't get it, you know? Wow. This guy is brutal. Okay, grandmaster titles. Yeah, it's an achievement, right? achievement gap. But, on the other hand, well, like in the West, I don't know, they could make pretty good money by teaching, but here, it's very little. Still, I guess, chess teaching sucks compared to normal jobs, and you have to work like an animal. I always say, like, if I have to move back to the US, I might as well just, like, go to work at the post office or something. I would make better money and probably have, like, health benefits. Yeah, I mean, I make half as much money as someone with a good job in the West. Definitely below the average income for American middle class or something. And I have to, like, work a lot, and I don't have health benefits. Post office would be better. Anyway, I get good exercise delivering the mail and stuff. Queen takes d5. So I'm lucky I survived here. Is this a good move or a bad move? Feels like kind of a bad move. What about d4? Maybe c7, actually. Rook e2. How does that work? Oh, you want to take on d5? I'm not sure that worked. I think I was in trouble earlier, but he missed it. Didn't he have h? He had g5. Wait, maybe I hallucinated. No, he had g5 here, didn't he? I think I was dead. Maybe I'm not dead? I thought g5 was killing. I had this one game like 20 years ago in the US Amateur Team Championship, which was happening now, where some Serbian guy who's living over there, actually the brother of the guy who's like the coach at UTD, Move 11 knows him. He did the same thing. He like overextended his kingside pawns and just lost badly. I didn't think g4 is good. You had some a5 idea. Wait. Right. See, the problem is his king is more open than mine now. Is he just lost? Yeah. Just instantly lost. He missed his one window. It was pretty obvious, though, to be honest. So knight f2 check. Nothing fancy. Such a materialist, Arsenal fan. So look at this. It had to be g5. What did I do wrong? I mean, I've had this position before. I've had this for both colors. Okay, so here I should play b5 right away. I've probably played both moves. I won this position with white against Alexander Ivanov in the game where he like lost on time. Normally I would play b5, But it might transpose. I'm not sure about queen e2. I think I played queen f3 here when I was white. The same as Nakamura and Pomniachtchi, actually last year. Ivanov just eventually lost on time. b5. I think I had a similar game now. That was different. Queen e2. b5. a3. Oh wow, so I think I've played this before. Maybe that's the safest thing to do. Just take on f5. King h8 is a novelty. Okay, now, the question is, who cares? So that's the reason to play like e takes f5. Now what do I do? h6 double question mark, but what the hell is my other move here? Uber driver's talking about a5? Like, really? I'm getting blown away. And e5, what's my follow-up? I don't even know, like, what other move do I have in this position? If the king h8 is like a disaster. I might as well have left my king on g8. If I can't play h6, knight h7 like a hedgehog, I don't know what I'm going to do. Wonder if he has g5 right away or something crazy. Yeah, this is bad. I have to play d5. Which looks scary. I didn't see that works, but I guess it has to do with bishop c5. No. This is like straight out of Lipnitsky. He has a chapter on, like, you know, answering flank attacks with a strike in the center. I didn't see it though. The idea of playing bishop c5. I mean, normally I would play d5. Wow, this move like holds on. It still looks like white's better even here. g5, knight e4. But it's not clear. His king is completely opened up. So it looks like king h8 is a mistake. Objectively. I should just take on f5. I mean, look, let's see. I have no gains as black. I have no gains as black. Interesting. Probably I have the similar games like with the queen not moved to e2 a lot. Only one. Oh, that's weird. That's weird. Alright, if we go back to b5, I've got games, I'm sure. No, only one. That's funny. I can't believe I only have one game in this position. That's really strange. Is anyone else... Arsenal, are you ready yet? Yeah, I mean, white at g5, you missed it, of course. Surprised h4 is a mistake. You have g5 right away or something? Yeah. Even g5 right away is dangerous. But let's say on the next move. What if you just do it here? Wow, the engine actually likes his move. I thought g5 was crushing. Depth 11, the computer still doesn't think you're winning. I'm sorry, but I don't feel safe here. Go for it. Arsenal. I can't believe I don't have any other games, but with the queen on e2, it's like a little bit unusual. The queen usually goes to d3 or f3. Or maybe they exchange on e6 first. I'm sure that I've had almost identical positions. GTFO. Alright, what do we do? I play... Yeah, we're trying to play this. Oops. I want to hang my e-pawn. Dude, I don't want to play the Marshal. We had a weird game yesterday in the simul where white like hung his e-pawn. But I didn't play that well. I should have been playing stuff like the French defense and the Relipez long ago. I like the Sicilian, but it's hard to only play that. I've become a better defensive player over the years too. You know, our style changes as we learn. A4 right away. That's an unusual move. So if I play b4, you play like... I feel like I should keep the tension. Alright, never mind. I feel like knight a5 is not really what I want to do, but appropriate here. I don't normally play the Chigorin, I don't know, but it seems okay to me. It's like a normal position. Arsenale. So many choices, so little time. I mean, queen c7 is like the normal thing, right? That's got to be a very standard position. But what about my b5 pawn? My snake pawn. Tao played this a4 against you in a simul? Damn, Uber driver busting the stories. Damn, that's pretty brutal. Tao played this a4 against me in a simul. Nice. 1988, baby. Right? That's a great thing to be able to say. I wish I could say that. I played Tao in this position. Yeah, but it's also possible to play it on move 9, right? Alyakin. That's a kind of tricky move. Move 9. Instead of h3, you can play it like right away. Alyakin. Alyakin. Now what do I do? Yeah, I'm not in love with this. Not in love with this. Right. Should I go to c4, then my knight gets trapped, or what? Can I do that? No, it gets pinned to the... It'll get pinned to the b5 pawn. Dude, what are you supposed to play here? I want to drop a piece really bad. I knew I should have played rook c8. Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking, do I have to play b4 for real? It looks kind of gross. I sort of hate my position already. Seriously. But I want to play like bishop c8, bishop d7, but I can't because of the A file opening up on my undefended rook all the time. Yeah, this is terrible for Blitz too. These closed positions suck for Blitz. By the time like you get to the juicy part of the game, you have increments left and you're just hanging pieces. Like it's a bullet game. I imagine playing the Lopez is it's good in long chess with lots of time. Snake Benoni. Oh, that's that. That's that. Now I'm toast. So if knight c4 you just chomp, well, why don't I take? Ask a stupid question, get a stupid answer. I can hold that a5 square till the cows come home. Bishop takes c3, bishop c8, queen d2. No. Bishop c8. Arsenale. Bring it on, bro. Hit me with a knight takes e5. Anyway, thanks everybody for tuning in and for subscribing. We had a new subscriber earlier. Thanks for the follows from Scavenfer, JC Theo, and Echo Fireball. Echo Fireball sounds like something from Hearthstone. It's like a fireball that fires more than once or something. Queen e2. Oh man, I like my position now. Why do I like my position? That's a bad sign. We need a plan. Open file, baby. I was like, oh, I've got to keep my a6 pawn protected. What a stupid idea. Afraid of ghosts. Just pretend you're playing the King's Indian. See, for those of you that don't know, I'm not a lifetime e45 player. I'm kind of trying to learn it. I never really played the black side of classical openings. Wow, he did go for my a6 pawn. How dare you? How dare you even think about taking that? I like black's position here. Now you want to induce me to weaken myself? Inducements. Damn it, he induced me. There's a bishop. Ouch. My b pawn will get weak. Inducements. The b2 is just hanging and I didn't take it. I'm a genius. Wow. So that's the problem with not being materialistic enough. You don't jump at the opportunity to win material when you should. Jesus Christ. It's the whole point, right? I'm just like winning his pawn for nothing. And I didn't take it. I liked c4 anyway, to be honest. It wasn't about taking the b pawn. I just like the space it gives me. Of course, my c pawn is weaker now. But both sides have misplayed this, I would say, pretty significantly. Now it's hard to break through, though. Give me that. Knight b3. Yum yum. Knight b3. Probably, like, not a bad move. Slightly overrated. Well, if he plays rook a2, he can't play rook bishop a2. The math master. Oh, all right. I forgot he's so fast. Man, I can't believe I had a free pawn. World loser, welcome. Didn't say hi before. What's up here? Just gonna lose on time. Damn. All right. What did I do? Drop pawn? Pawn drop. Alright, was this a clean game? It doesn't look great. Oof, 64. 56. I misplayed the opening. Wow, no games found. No games found after move 13. Oh, that's my game, sorry. Yeah. There are definitely games. This is really rare. So A4 is really rare. Uber Driver probably confused his game with Tao with a different position. This looks good for me. Let's see, the second player, third player to play D4. So there's 2 games. Strange how rare it is. So Queen C7 is a mistake. ED5? I mean ED4? That move I didn't even consider. ED4. What a strange idea. Hey, let's just give up the center for no reason. I'll just give up the center. It's cool. Why? Give up the center and play B4. Like, I would have no idea when I should do something like that or not. Like, come on. Alright, computer. Maple Tree. World loser. Who else are subscribers? Any other subscribers out there? Yeah, find the old score sheet. I wish I could find my old score sheets. My games with Tal. Just kidding. I've never played as anyone as famous as Tal. Well, I mean from the old school anyway. Alright. Not even in a simul. That's awesome that you got to play him. Yeah, that was in 1988. He came to Boston. I was living in New Jersey. The U.S. Open was in Boston. There was something in St. John, which I actually... There was a big tournament in St. John, New Brunswick in 88. I think I even dreamed of going to that. So Tao played there. He played in, I think he won the World Blitz Championship in 88. And then did some simul in Boston. Maybe more than one. I don't know. B3. Was it like during a blizzard or something for driver? Damn, word of mouth, Simul? Former world champion? You guys must have really done a great job promoting it. I hope it was at least expensive. Tal was really modest. Probably didn't care that much about charging a lot for the Simul. The guy just loved chess. It's like, what is this? Classical King's Indian. Reversed. It's a funny question where my bishop should go. You know what? I should maybe think about playing h6 here. Rook e1 is weird. Yeah, no. I'm sorry that I didn't move to Boston till 2 years later. That would have been an awesome experience. I don't know if that was Tal's. It might have been Tal's only trip to the U.S. as far as I know. You know what? Now, actually, I'm probably. That wasn't Tal's only trip to the U.S. He came subsequently. He played the New York Open later in 90 or 91. I think I have this really weird, it's so long ago that I don't remember. And you start to like make up things in your memory when it's like 30 years old. But I think maybe I actually saw Tal. I know I mentioned this once on the stream before. I think I actually saw him, but you start to wonder if your dreams and reality start to become like confused. Now we don't know which is dreams and which is reality anymore. I have this weird sensation I saw Tal analyzing at the New York Open, but I think I did. The reason why it's kind of vague is because I didn't play in the tournament. There was like New York Open 1991, and I think I just like went there to watch or something for one day. I didn't actually play. That's the vague recollection that I have. I don't think I played in the New York Open until 1993. '92 or '93, and I think I saw Tal analyzing in like '91. I had this weird memory of it, but again, I can't remember if it's real or I just made this up. Man, knight h4 looks strong. Yeah. Blitz game, Tal versus Gingy? I had the feeling they played in the tournament, a real game. Tal played Kamsky in that New York Open, if I remember correctly. But I don't think I actually saw Tal play Kamsky. I think I just read about that. But I do think I saw Tal playing. Or analyzing. I can't remember now. It must have been just they were analyzing. Man, I don't know what to do here. Always take. I guess knight takes e4 check doesn't work. Knight e4 bishop takes e4 check doesn't work really well. You could though. Knight e4 bishop e4 check f5 bishop takes c6 and white wins a piece. So I have to do this. Something about my king here seems less than ideal. If only it was on like h8. Yeah, I think when you're an alcoholic, he probably was. You know, self-medicating due to health problems. A lot of people who have, for example, like post-traumatic stress disorder, my friend Wojciech was in the Gulag. Knight f3. Knight e3, knight e3, pawn e3, bishop e3, knight e3, knight e3, pawn e3, bishop e3. That's not very good. Yeah, little alcohol never hurt anybody. Just kidding. All right, we're gonna blockade. I don't think. Yeah, I think my knight is trapped. Well, sort of trapped, right? Do I really want to play? Yeah. I'm losing a pawn. C'est la vie. I'm not playing h5. Nice game by World Loser. I got outplayed here. I'm down a clear pawn. At least it's a doubled pawn. I would play g5 if it didn't like wreck my entire king side. He even has like knight takes g5 maybe. I need to play g5. King position sucked the whole time. Only chance the dark squares. Now, perhaps I could go for g5 at some point. I could go for a g5. Here? Rook d8. Not a good idea. Wait, rook f7, right? Are you serious? Should I have played g5 there? Wow. I could have played this better, to say the least. Jeez. Jeez Louise. Did somebody add more time? Dude, are you seriously doing that? Or loser, why would you do that? Are you trolling me? That's the second person today. Why is everybody adding time to my clock? Dude, what's up with that? I don't understand why everyone's adding time. Why do I always get people adding time? It's a new thing. Why do I always get black? I don't know. There's some weird stuff with that. Yeah, that does seem strange. Have noticed that as well. Guys, don't ever add time. I resigned in a simul last week because someone did that. It's like, we can forgive World Loser. Because he's special. Long time mod. He didn't go for the pawn. Blockadovich. He could have taken on f5 and bishop b4 and played with rook against two pieces. I was a little nervous about how coordinated I am there. I'm sure that I was lost earlier. Now it looks like black's holding on. Well, I mean, at least practically speaking. Thanks to his extra time that he gave me. So this game has like a parentheses. If I win, I'm like, oh, well, I only won because he has more time. He gave me extra time. Now, how do I play this? Give him a minute. No. Maybe I should do g4. Two rights make a wrong. Alright. No, it's just my personal thing. Not everyone gets offended if you give them extra time, but I don't want to make it a regular thing. I'm not your grandpa. Alright. Time. Ops color bishops are for attacking. Ooh. Wow. He's gonna go with that e-pawn. Dude, he did. He got mated. Alright, I mean, I was lost. You played a really nice game. I don't know what I'm supposed to play after the opening. This should be good for black. I thought it was fine. And I don't understand how I ended up with a bad position so quickly. I guess rook b8 is too slow. I was taking too much time here with rook b8. I need to like take some prophylactic measures on the king side. But what do you do though? I mean, what do I do here? Rook e8? My bishop's in the wrong place. How do I deal with his threat of knight h4? Do I play it? I guess I could play it like a Petrosian system and play like bishop g4. Or maybe bishop e6. This move's too slow. Definitely. Now knight h4, I started to like white. I have no way to deal with this. Knight f5. But I guess the next move is just a blunder. I shouldn't panic here. He's actually not set up right. Like, he needs his queen on e1 to protect the knight on h4. So if he ever tries f4, I can take and take on e4. My next move is just a blunder, king h7. So maybe like rook e8 or something. What's the best move for black here? You played Reshevsky? I don't think he played Reshevsky. Computer likes black. But I literally played the worst move on the board here. King h7. This just doesn't work. And now f5. f5 is perfect. Because my knight is freaking trapped after e5. Yeah, now I could have played g5. That's crazy. I can't believe I can play g5 in this position. Are you serious? Oh my god, look at this line. h3. G takes f4. And if pawn takes here, pawn takes here. So g takes f4, bishop takes f4. And now I sack a pawn. Kind of like the game, but better. Still white is better. Yeah. Yeah, I really played this poorly. Where loser had a virtually winning position. Then when he gave me more time, I'm actually hanging on. Wow. Huh. Black is better after queen d7. That's crazy. Queen f7. Anyway. I managed to hold on. Alright. Harshi got a gift sub, but he's gone. Maple tree. Maple tree. Canadian maple. What kind of maple is it? Now I want pancakes. I miss American style pancakes, or Western style. We'll call them Western style. Fat pancakes. Good for your health. I wonder if maple trees are inherently in Europe and America, or just they brought them over one way or the other. Interesting subject everyone is curious about, maple trees. Alright, d6. Ghost of Marshall is happy. Why? Because I dropped a pawn and defended, or what reminded you of Marshall? I do love ops color bishop positions. Vermont maple. Canadian maple. d4 is strange, but it's playable. I think it's counterintuitive to like give up your bishop and then like open the position. The pawn storm sack. Man, they didn't know what the King's Indian was in Marshall's day. Oh, I never thought about that, Uber driver. Vermont means Green Mountain. It's French. Vermont. It's easy to forget about the French influence. In the United States and North America. All Alright. Anyway. Let's do this. This looks interesting. Nice country there. No matter what, you gotta watch this E5 sort of breaker. The breaker. Creeper. Minecraft creepers. Creepers. Explosion. So, yeah, I mean, I like to complain about this capturing on c6. From the pawn structure perspective, it's bad. I mean, he brings my pawn to the center and like control the d5 square. Dude, Vermont will pay people $10,000 to relocate there? Are you serious? What? I've heard of like West Virginia, some towns in West Virginia. Dude, I'm there. I was looking at real estate in Vermont already. Not just anywhere in Vermont, probably. Not everything's overpriced. If you bought something like a year ago, Vermont is one of the few states I would probably like live in. Seriously, Vermont, Maine, New Hampshire. What's left? $10,000's not much though. Oh, Bishop A6. He's gonna wreck my king side. But it is worth considering. Yeah, I mean, Bishop A6 is a good move. Challenge request is still there. Yeah, Vermont, I mean, the problem is, man, like living in America, you've got to pay income tax, you've got to pay property tax if you own a home, you have insane costs for medical expenses, medical care, insurance. Medical insurance is out of control. You've got to pay, very high inflationary prices now. Real estate prices are off the scale. I mean, yeah, the middle class is like done. You're either on welfare or you're like extremely rich, or you're just you're like screwed. I literally can't live in the United States because I can't afford it. $10,000 wouldn't be enough to offset how expensive it is. It's just ridiculous. It depends on the state, though. I don't know. Property taxes in Vermont are probably not that bad. Some states are ridiculous. New York, New Jersey, it's unlivable. I don't know why anyone wants to live in New York or New Jersey, honestly. Massachusetts, since they lowered property taxes, is like... Actually, that's why there's this massive... There's like a massive influx of people buying property in Massachusetts. Because it's one of the states where it's not that brutal anymore. Why would anyone want to live in New Jersey in the first place? But to live in a state that has a ridiculously high property tax? I looked at my hometown. The property prices are not that bad, but then you figure out like how much you have to pay every month. You'd have to be like extremely wealthy to buy a property and pay taxes every month. New Hampshire's alright, Vermont's alright, Massachusetts is alright. But still, it's interesting, in Hungary, and I think a lot of countries, you have to pay, like essentially like an income tax. But there's no property tax per se. Maple Tree 1692. He has 96 here. Just icing me immediately. Something geometric about White's position. I'm just lost on 96 immediately. Immediatamente. Yeah, it was a dynamic pawn sack that loses by freaking force. I'm a genius. Thanks, Arsenal. Dynamic and bad. Yeah, White is just clearly better. It's not my fault. Whoever suggested playing Bishop A6 is to blame. Yeah, it was a stupid idea to sack this pawn too. Bishop knives. I'm just lost here. This is total bullshit. Look, and he's like 1500. He's like killing me. He's brutalizing me on time. 1692. Crushing me on the board and on time. It's a new account. Okay, I'm slow. I'm playing too slow, obviously. Need to play faster. With a little more confidence. But man, he's a solid 1600. 1600 is the new 2000. As we all know. It's usually the 1300s, the 1400s, 13 through 1600s, where I had the most trouble. The 1900s and 2000s are easy. It seems to be the general trend. Anything like 1900 through 2200, I'm pretty confident. The 12 through 1600 tends to be tough. You're getting easier lately. I've kind of beaten you into submission. I think you've lost confidence. You had a good run for a while, Arsenal. But then I bared down. I was like, nah, I'm not going to take that anymore. I confessed to trying extra hard against you. Damn, Queen H5. At some point I started trying harder. I was tired of you having good results against me, so I started like bearing down consciously. Sometimes that happens. Manual castling. Bishop knives. Knife bishops. Ginsu. Damn, I don't know. It's probably not that great. Probably bad. If I'm lucky, I'm okay here. What happened? Wow. Oh. Damn. Serious? Jeez. He was tough, man, for a 1692. Like, fast and strong. We're like 2000. I think his little brother is like 2000. Alright. Boca do Inferno, do mids, and RU. Arsenal fan, when you play online, what kind of time limits are you playing? Are you playing enough? Oh, you're afraid to do that because you think everyone's cheating, right? 10-0. But you're right, they are. Ideally, I would, yeah, you'd really like to do. I mean, find people that you trust and play serious training games against them. Well, no, but I mean, build a farm of people that you trust, and then put them on your friends list and challenge them when they're around or something like that. Build a stable. Start farming for non-cheaters. I'm not talking about like rating point farming. I meant a stable. I couldn't think of stable, so I said farm instead. Farm, barn, stable, whatever. A stable of horses to play against. I think in terms of poker backing. I'm looking for training practice, not rating points. Boca de Inferno is another time adder. I resigned against him last time. So what does that entail, Arsenal fan? Guys, by the way, please support the stream and donate to be the first to donate a bit donation this week. Oh, it takes right away. Tyrus reversed, Panov. So what does that mean, club championship? You have like a real club championship? We used to have a good club championship in Boston back in the day. I don't know if Uber Driver participated in the club championship or he was in the Ricky Dink second league. I still don't know if Uber Driver is. He thinks I know his identity, but it's not true. You played in the Ricky Dink league? This feels like a C3 Sicilian. So what does it mean? Oh, a knockout? Wait, a tournament knockout? Oh, man. Are you serious? What does that mean? You won the club championship of one of the major clubs. Because there's so many major clubs in Massachusetts. the major clubs. Club knockout. Told you guys about my first tournament experience, right? 1984. I played in an unrated Scholastic tournament that was a knockout. Lost my first game and went home. I didn't play in another chess tournament for a year after that. It's actually lucky that I didn't just give up altogether. It's such a stupid idea to have a knockout tournament for little kids. It's a miracle I wasn't like totally turned off. It was such a horrible feeling as like a 12-year-old, whatever I was, 11. I felt sick and like ashamed of myself for like losing the first game and going home. Dumbest idea ever. I think I went to that tournament by myself, and later I would start playing tournaments with my best friend. You know, perhaps if I hadn't been by myself, I wouldn't have been so dejected. Anyways, this doesn't really make sense to me. What is this? I thought you had an interesting move there, Boca de Inferno. Queen A4. Is that a thing? I guess not. Never mind. Queen A4 is not a thing. Sorry, I'm having fantasies. Yeah, doesn't work. A little too much imagination. No, I mean, come to think of it, I don't think I've ever played in another elimination knockout style tournament before. Or after. Yeah, that wouldn't have worked. You guys are on the money with the knight moves back to b6. Can we challenge you? Yeah, but we don't have much time. Yeah, 45 minutes. I have about 45 minutes left. So I've got time for, 3 or 4 more games. But I think we have enough challenges. I'm going to guess around 4. Maybe one more player I can get in before I have to go. Touch me like praise. What? Touch me, I'm sick. That was a famous punk song. I can't remember what band. What band was that? Touch me, I'm sick. It sounds like something Iggy Pop would have sang. Probably was. Doomids. RU 1002. Gethy Pex. You guys have weird names. Woikaru. Weedmaster. By the way, you've known who I am for at least 2 weeks, I suspect. LOL. Well, maybe. There was only one person I seriously suspected you of. But don't confirm it, because it would take all the fun out of it. I'll never forgive you if you admit who you are. I hope you understand that. Weedmaster, he's not the Weedmaster. Weedmaster is an IM. I just call him Weedmaster. Weedmaster is my friend Joe. I'm not sure he likes me calling him Weedmaster. But he's very tolerant. When you grow up with like 7 brothers and sisters, you learn tolerance. If nothing else. Lee Master has like 7 brothers and sisters, and his mom turns 100 in March or April, and they're all still alive. It's pretty cool. Got a healthy family there, buddy. Isn't that insane? The clean Massachusetts air. Lots of weed. I don't know, man. It must be the fumes from everybody smoking. Air things. I never realized Ted Kennedy was a druggie. He did have the ruddy complexion of a drinker, though. You're making me miss my former home now. Don't start talking about the Kennedys. I'll be sad. I want to visit the Kennedy compound. I miss seafood. I mean, I was so desperate, I was like looking up how to buy swordfish in Budapest. Desperate for seafood. So I played knight d5 to play c5. What am I doing? I can't do that. Yeah. This is a little bit of an issue. Anyway, whatever. I don't know. I think I should have kept the rooks on. Man, oh no, I mean, like the UK is probably great. But they're always into like fish and chips, which is kind of boring, it seems like. I miss being able to get like fresh seafood. Frozen doesn't cut it. There are some Italian seafood. There's actually one across the street from me, but it's not just for seafood. There's an Italian store. They import stuff directly from Italy. Sell it at a very high price here. Oh, I saw a funny thing about UK fishing, Arsenal fan. The fishermen in the UK were complaining because like the brown crabs are like, there's not enough brown crabs because like king crabs have come in, they've like moved in from the north and like taken everything over. So all these like crabbers, like the British fishermen are freaking out because they're not getting all their brown crabs, but now there's like tons of like king crabs. It's like a totally different market. They're gonna have to like change over, but it's like bad for the environment, kind of. The king crabs are just moving in like Putin style. Slow encroachment. What's that, Uber driver? we get a lot of propaganda over here too. People are programmed to like hate America and Joe Biden. They don't know why, but they're being programmed. It's probably like Russian propaganda. Let's get some politics in there. Offshore wind farm? Alright. I get enough propaganda here. Knight c6, what are we going to do? Oh man, I saw something in the Observer yesterday. Starmer wrote a nice editorial. Did you see that, Arsenal? About the Tories and their Russian money? Ooh, it was... I wanted to post it on my Facebook. But again, I don't know enough about British politics. I think it's weird for me to get involved there. But I thought it was pretty brutal. They got to get the Russian money out of the UK. It's disgusting. They got a lot of money from... I mean, the Tories got a lot of money from Russian oligarchs and stuff for, you know, political support. Little Moscow. How could you hate Uncle Joe? Uber driver must be a libertarian. Man, you should go hang out with Bill Kelleher. Rand Paul. Arsenal. Not Arsenal. Uber drivers. He's a Rand Paul fan. Canadian truckers. Dude, I'll get you a yellow vest or something. Support the Canadian truckers. Let's block up the traffic in Boston. But he's a nutcase. But like Boris Johnson, you know, another person who's sort of like a politician by family tradition, just because his dad was a former candidate. So black's just dropping f5. A lot of libertarian support here. Although I don't think like Rand Paul is really a libertarian. He's become like an extremist, it seems like. He just tries to like destroy everything, create chaos. He's like an evil Bernie Sanders. Well, I told you, anyone between 1900 and 2200 are easy. It's the 1600s to 1200 range that I have trouble with. I guess it's just take on f5. Does he have a tactic here? There's a funny tactic. Knight b4. Yeah, I didn't really catch that. It doesn't seem like the political situation in the UK is quite as hopeless as in the United States, though. Honestly, it's pretty it's pretty bad, but not quite as hopeless. The goal of all American politicians seems to be like just to fight against each other and not do anything to improve the situation. No one cares about the country anymore, just themselves. Bishop takes h7 check? Yeah, he played the move. No, it's a move late, knight b4. Do I have a mate? Knight b4 is a nice trick. What does take here? Ooh, f3 is hanging though. This is kind of dicey. What am I doing? What am I doing? Queen e2? Oof. Maybe he's got something here. And you guys said he was looking easy. Man. You guys said this was an easy one. I don't know about this. Leaded gas. I remember that. I prefer my paint leaded. RU is coming back. So we thought he was suspect. Too weak for 1900, but he's entered his tactical zone. Yeah, sack my queen. What mate? Did I have a mate? Bishop f5 check? Seriously? No, his queen is on d7. So I could play it, right? And then do like bishop f5 check, win the queen back or something. I don't think there was a mate, though. So what's up here? It just amounts to an exchange sacrifice. Right? Right. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think we ought to be careful here. Kangaroo. What's that queen there? Could like hit me with a secret tactic or something. I have enough compensation for the exchange. I'm not happy about trading this piece off. Curb your imagination. I say that all the time, that 99% of tactics don't work. It's simple as that. We got him, right? Bishop g5. Your challenge is still there. It's the next one. Maple Tree challenged me again, but no repeats. No replays. No free replay. Oh, he just dropped a piece. Forgot his rook was hanging. Ooh, that was a serious blunder. That's a serious blunder. Not so interesting after that. Might be worth a quick look. Yeah, did I have a queen sack? I wanted to do a queen sack, honestly. Why is there no mate here? Doesn't seem fair. Quick look for 1 second. Do they have a queen sack? F5's horrible. So black's like busted out of the opening. Completely. I probably didn't even play it well. So here, if I take him before he takes an F5, if I check or something, he goes bishop D5. Yeah, probably I had queen B3 check. Alright, I'm an idiot. Somehow I thought like black could play this and it was valid. But I just take here. He takes on B3 and I just like, I'm just winning, right? Well, no, I mean, it's not so easy, is it? I'm up a piece, of course it's easy. Yeah, I had a hallucination. Alright. But anyways, after that, obviously I could have won a piece. This is suggested. Rook H5. To be honest, that was my plan, but then I like second guessed myself. So knight C2, I just take. King G8, yeah, it's over. Alright, I just stopped thinking tactically. It's martini time. Coffee, I have brain fog and the coffee wore off. It only lasts for like an hour. Then I'm like a bumbling 1200 tactically. I get 1 hour of calculation for every cup of coffee that I drink. And after that, I'm just like a raving zombie. But I can't even see a mate in one. Ugh. 1200, okay. So if he's 1200, his real strength is around 18. You need a minute to resend? What? Resend. What does that mean? Oh man, it started raining here. Meanwhile, we've got a challenge from Husky. Oh, this rain sucks. It's raining like it's freaking spring, man. It's the middle of February. Alright. We're gonna try one last time. Someone was asking about if doing like studies is a good idea. Yesterday, Uber driver. Sam Lloyd reminds me of that. Oh no. Dude, are you serious? You're really gonna play this crap against me? I try not to promote the Eric Rose and stuff. You're not allowed to play this opening anymore. Against me. H6? No, Uber driver, mating 2 puzzles. Come on. What we need to work on our like endgame studies. Let's be serious. Serious endgame studies. H6 preventing bishop G5. That's just perverse. Wow. Unbelievable. I don't even know if like Yabava would play that, to be honest. Yobava. Bishop C4, I guess. Took me a while to find that. Yeah, Uber driver, you could do a Cochrane Gambit. That probably gives you almost enough compensation. Etudes. Oh no. Black loses immediately this time. Or maybe not. That reminds me of music, right? Isn't that a music term? Bishop takes f7 check. The disruptor. Maybe that's the better way to do this. The kind that didn't like his game last time, I guess. Well, queen d5, queen h4, queen f7 check, king d8. And I thought, okay, that's kind of murky. Yeah, that was my original intention, Husky. That's probably good, but it could get a little weird. Because his king can kind of chill on d8. I can castle. Take the pawn. Yeah, I mean, probably. Computer would agree with you. But somehow this seems like more devastating. He's more disrupted here. Even though it's not as final, like right away. He can't castle, he's all destroyed. Now, etudes is like a... that's a musical term. Like you have to, I guess they're like training puzzles for music or something. I don't know what the exact... Does that mean study? I don't know. Study practice studies or something like. I tried to learn how to play the clarinet when I was in... It was a disaster. I just wasn't into instruments. I should have like studied guitar or something. It was the same as studying Russian for me. Just not into it. Instrumental music and Russian. C4. Right. Damn, dude, now he's like a genius. See, this is what I said, 1200. Suspiciously good for a 1200. If you didn't play a stupid opening recommended by Eric Rosen, you might actually improve. Don't believe everything you read in the YouTube videos. Try playing real openings that don't lose by force. Actually, he's played very logically. Yeah, the Murky Gambit, right. Yeah, I mean, Mamedyarov. I think I'll prefer Mamedyarov to Eric Rosen. Just study the games of Mamedyarov, you'll find all kinds of weird stuff that actually is almost semi-sound. Random Mamedyarov games. Look at this compact play by Black. Well, I mean, he's playing some things like on a regular basis for a while and then moving on to something else. But I think you'd be very mistaken to think that he doesn't prep it on some level. You like look at certain variations, it's like Mamedyarov, you know, like the G5 Budapest or something. He obviously put some time into studying it. Although I don't think he was planning on playing it in the World Championship or something, if he ever makes it. I mean, maybe studying just like consists of playing tons of Blitz games against his training partners, but still, that's enough. I feel like Morales. I learned this from Morales, but look how coordinated Black is for a 1200. Dude, I'm sorry, but that's not your typical 1200 that can coordinate pieces like that. Even though he's losing, I mean, he's still only down his original investment with incredibly sensible defense based on bishop d8 and rook dropping over to e8 and manually castling with king g8. You're like the strongest 1200 in the world, man. I mean, I've got to be very careful. $1,200. When I was 1200, I couldn't manage 20 moves without dropping something. There you go. Gotta prove me wrong. This is a sacrifice. He's voluntarily doing that. I mean, I don't know. Like, both of these are strong. Huh. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy to play d6. Just when I said he wasn't 1200. He's spiting me. Spider-Man. What's the worst conceivable move? d6. Alright. Naff. I learned a new word today. English slang with Arsenal. You're talking to the other guy. He's still got coordination, 2 pawns down. Look at the piece coordination is still excellent, even though 2 pawns down. Nafudov. Oh no. Stopping rook e1. Powerful. If the opponent has 2 strong bishops, this is like very general rule. Trade one of them off. You like the pleasant rain sound? I have this conflict with things like that. I don't know if it's annoying or pleasant. Man, I used to get really pissed at the birds chirping. Friday night, I've been traumatized by birds when I lived in more residential places. Like at 5 o'clock in the morning, they're like freaking chirping. And I can't sleep. And people are like, oh, the birds, it's so pleasant that the birds are chirping. I can't believe you got angry about the birds chirping. Do you know the birds? I came home on Friday night at like 4:45 a.m. It was dark, and it's February, and all the birds are freaking chirping. I'm like, why are these birds chirping? Why are birds chirping at 4:30? It's not late yet. It's the middle of February. Alright, do they know what they're doing, these birds? I get annoyed because I live in a rooftop apartment and the pigeons walk around on top, and we do get bird chirping sometimes. You know that you're tired if you start getting annoyed by birds chirping. Time for some medication. I'm getting grumpy. I thought bats have sonar. You're confusing the birds and the bats. Do birds really have sonar? What does sonar have to do with chirping at 4:30 in the morning? They hear other birds chirping or what? It's like a bird fest. Like it's like one starts and then the others just continue or something. Professional opening by black here. Pretty tough. But bishop takes c3 is not right. They're supposed to play, so queen d6, queen b6. I don't know if knight c6 is a move. Probably not. That's even a possible gambit. But bishop takes c3 doesn't seem right. This is a little passive. But even so, black's still pretty solid. Be in on a castle queenside. That's the Nimzo. You're referencing Curious Botanik. It's a different position. So now, what if I go c4 here? Oh yeah, I'm talking to Uber driver. I thought you were Arsenal. Now I think the rain can be annoying, and sometimes I guess it could be like a white noise. You know how people listen to like forest sounds and stuff like that to relax? I'm not sure if I like the rain. It's a little too much bass. A little too much bass for me. This looks familiar. Like, I feel like I had this game against someone already. I also feel like I'm in a ship or something. I feel like I'm in the cabin of the schooner in the middle of a storm here. Now we're talking. Going crazy. Rook g6. He's not going to go for that. Okay, it's an interesting pawn sacrifice. My rate for training games. I charge $20 million an hour. Wow, he's just taking the pawn structure. No, I mean, he really should go for the pawn. here. Yeah, I enjoy doing training games. It gives me a chance to play. And I don't have enough time to play lately, so if anyone seriously ever wants to do training games, I charge $20 an hour. WJ Loof, welcome, good morning. I mean, it would have been fun if he had gone for the pawn. So, bishop takes g2, rook g1, bishop e4, controlling the g6 square. And then, I mean, maybe I really have to think about, in some scenarios, castling queenside. I don't know. But this guy has sacrificed his entire pawn structure. So now it's pawn structure. Pawn structures is us. Yeah, he's in an awkward situation, but it's not completely hopeless. He's got one move here. The butcher. Well, now I have rook d6. Speaking of snatching, you worked at the meat department of Stop and Shop? I miss Stop and Shop. I miss American supermarkets. It's just not the same here. It just doesn't feel the same. There's no express lane. It's just not right. Actually, my mom's former neighbors used to work at Stop and Shop. But I don't think they treat their workers very well. They went on strike last year, or a couple years ago, pretty seriously. Where's the knight going? It's making itself felt. It's funny, we had a massive salami. I brought home like a massive salami for Christmas. It was like a samurai salami. They could be deadly weapons. Man killed by salami. Murder by salami. Don't go to f6. Ah, he did it. Alright, last game. 1900, look out. Last game for today, guys. We got to open the tournament for tomorrow night, sorry. We have a tournament tomorrow night. Blitz. We'll be hosting Blitz tournament 9 rounds. Casual 5+3 tomorrow night here. You have to join our team to be part of it. Hookmate. Say no to king f6. KFC. Is that what it's called? I never knew that. It's like a hockey stick. Hockey mate. We'll just do coffee house for the last game. I have this alter ego where I play like a total caveman. I don't really bring it out on stream. I used to do this for fun though. I would only play as caveman as I could. It was kind of therapeutic. Yeah, I have this, I don't know, I have this hatred for the Grob. I like h4 better. It weakens less squares. You know, my argument is like 1 h4, the Kadash opening, is better than the Grob. You know, because you're weakening less squares. Obviously, like, the Polish has the same problem, but it's the queen side, so it's not as bad. Yeah, it's funny, Michael Basman was rarely appears on my Facebook feed, like you know, Facebook, if you use it, suggests people to friend on Facebook or whatever, and I don't know Michael Basman, but obviously he's infamous for his openings. He was suggested on my Facebook suggestions yesterday. He appeared for a while and then disappeared. Funny how the algorithm does that. I must have done something to channel like Michael Basman appearing in Facebook suggestions. In his Facebook photo, he looks like he's wearing like a costume from the Monty Python or something. I don't know the guy. So black's turning it into a kind of a normal King's Indian. I mean, I just like randomly friend people I've never met on Facebook. Just, you know how people do that to like collect maximum friends or whatever? That's kind of ingenuine. Maybe we should just all delete Facebook anyway. But I basically don't have any other social media. I don't have Instagram. I don't use Twitter. Oh no, the draw. Twitter me this, Batman. I gotta play f3, right? There's just no other choice. Hell is other people. We gets a little isolated here in Budapest. I'll tell you weird, you know, I don't know, WJ Liff, if you ever lived in a foreign country, but I feel, yeah, I don't love people either, but honestly, living in a foreign country, you're never fully accepted. You don't feel like you're really accepted inclusively into the society. I never planned on staying here forever. I feel kind of isolated. Perception. Exactly. You lived in 19 states. Wow, that's incredible. That's incredible. Wow. Haiti. Wow. That's really interesting. I don't know if I've been to 19 states. Probably. Yeah, I guess narrowly. You'll take me in the Uber up to Vermont. Dude, you're kind of scaring me now. To a lonely cabin? You're one of those Uber drivers? That's creepy, man. You know, it's not easy being with an Uber driver, and it's not easy being an Uber driver. There was... I don't even want to talk about it. Horrible story. About an Uber driver who was killed by somebody robbing her. America's really disturbing place. They were complaining that Uber doesn't provide enough like safety for their drivers. Getting punched in your face in Roxbury, that probably used to be a regular occurrence. My dad had to take a baseball bat to work with him, man, in Philadelphia. Getting punched in the face is one thing. Getting, like, robbed and murdered is my fear. This is so crazy. Yeah, Philadelphia was bad back then. It's still bad. But, yeah, they robbed like a... Didn't they rob like a U.S. senator or something? In Philly recently? Like last fall? Man, my whole family worked in Philly. And my aunt used to work in a bank in Philly. My dad worked in Philly. But man, being an Uber driver, this guy murdered this woman and like... The dash cam recorded him like shooting her, and then he like tried to hide the dash cam in the forest or something, but the police found it. I mean, are these people just drugged out of their minds, or do they really just want to go around like murdering people to steal a few $100 or something? That's crazy. Gotta love it. Good thing there's no gun control. Man, I know they rob and people will rob each other for their sneakers and stuff. I feel completely safe in Budapest. Almost completely safe in Budapest. Pretty much any European city. Boston wasn't that bad, but even in Boston, you know, people got mugged. My friends got mugged. But being an Uber driver, man, you're like a sitting duck. Uber's got to protect their drivers better. Right, like Brookline. Yes, ma'am. Would you like to go to the Marriott? What is Roxbury like now? I don't know if you knew, what's his name? Is Dave Diamond still alive? Who lived in Roxbury? What was his name? remember he briefly became the manager of the Boylston, and he like brought cockroaches to the chess club in his bag. No, I'm thinking of a good player. He was like a 2100. He's an architect. He had a really nice. He built really nice townhouses in Roxbury. Oof. Last game, yeah. Not Howard Lawton. Can't remember his name. God, I'm like... He was a good player. I think he got as high as 2100. A black guy. What is his name? I have serious memory problems. Alright. My dementia is kicking in. I'll remember later, Vajira, and tell you. Anyways. Alright. We're out of here. Yeah, it's wonderful when there's cockroaches at the chess club. You take them home in your bag. Of course I played Maurice Brooms. I don't know whatever happened to that guy. He was from like French Guiana. He was a nice guy. But he left Boston, I guess. I played him a couple times. We will be back tomorrow night at 6:30 p.m. CET. It will be, again, 9 rounds, Blitz tournament, 5+3 casual. So be there and be square. Thanks everybody for watching. I will see you later. Bye-bye.